this is my Starbucks drink today. I don't know if you guys have tried this. Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So welcome back to another episode of When Modern Women Are Unable to Find Their Prince Charming. Now, guys, today's video, was made by Manosphere. Don't forget to go and subscribe to his channel for putting together today's cringe for us to enjoy. And without further ado, let's just jump right in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
It's just typical. This morning, I was so fucking angry with the whole situation. Like, you know, how could he make the decision to finally leave, even though it was a mutual, it was for the best thing, but how could he actually do it? I've got to leave work early. Might never have to, but no, I won't be here. It's fucking day before Christmas Eve. Like, I literally have to go in and face my colleagues together in a minute. Like, breakups are rough.
Guys, I'm sorry about the audio on this video. She had a sad song in the background that is copyrighted, and I had to remove it with a program, but it didn't work perfectly. Ma'am, breakups are never mutual, and you wouldn't be crying if you had initiated the breakup. Oh, and by the way, for all the people out there that say women aren't more emotional than men, I spent 5 minutes to find those videos in the intro. 5 minutes. It's the easiest kinds of videos to find.
Guys, I've always said this about these types of videos, but it's all about I'm strong and independent, I don't need no man, until they're sitting there crying in their car about how things are so difficult for them. Notice how all of the strong and independent boss babe energy goes out the window and we go straight to TikTok crying for attention. I don't know about you guys, but if you guys go through a breakup or a hard time, the last thing that I would be considering doing is posting myself crying to TikTok for attention in my car. Let's continue.
I was broken up with because of my past. Was dating this guy I really liked for a few months. And we were on and off because the same issue kept coming up. If you follow me, you know I wrote a book called Series of Unfortunate Men, and it's about my life and my past relationships.
Okay, so right off the bat, this woman is talking about a breakup because of her past. I'm sorry, okay, but women get this idea that they can go into a relationship, they've got 50 plus bodies, okay? They've gone through all sorts of different situationships, all of this kind of crap, and men are just supposed to accept them as they are. It's absolute craziness. If you're someone who does OnlyFans, if you're someone who does that kind of work, if you date a whole bunch of guys, guess what? That's going to limit your ability to get a man that you actually want, because men do not want to date women who have been around the block 50 times. And guys, this is not me or Manosphere, I don't think, putting in the piano in these videos. Like, it's the women who put in like the sad piano in the background to make themselves look like victims. You made the choices that you did, and now you're crying because men don't want to be with you.
When we first started dating, he wanted nothing to do with the book, which is fine, I understand. But then it got to the point where he wouldn't want to know anything about my past. And I'm really proud of my past. I wrote a freaking book on it because I've survived a lot. And I am who I am today because of these things.
I am who I am because of all the bad boys in my past that mistreated me that I chose. I can understand, guys, when women go through bad situations, you know, maybe you have one relationship, two that are particularly bad because you didn't know any better. Perhaps your father figure wasn't in the situation, okay? But this idea that you can write a whole book or you date 50 men in a row and all of them turn out to be bad, guess what? That's not actually the men. That's your choices that you are making. There are plenty of good men out there. So when you come along crying about your past relationships, saying that they're all bad, or you went through all of this bullcrap, you actually chose it. But of course, there is no accountability whatsoever.
And that made me really upset. He said, "Nope, it causes me too much anxiety. I don't want to know about it." And I said, "Well, I guess my followers know me a lot better than you do." And he didn't like that. Now, in the total of 5 or 6 months that we were talking to each other, the few times I did try to let him in, he'd push me away.
Yeah, because he's probably disgusted. He's not interested in your TikTok followers, your Instagram followers, your past. You know, this guy was probably just dating this woman casually for some fun, and she keeps trying to bring up her past and talk about, you know, oh, let's have a relationship or let's go further. Let's go further. Why won't you get to know me on an emotional level? He's not interested. Women who have pasts like this, a lot of men, particularly dudes who respect themselves, they don't want to have a relationship with you. They're not interested in communicating with you, as you put it.
And by letting him in, I mean opening up about my experiences. The other day he came over, I told him that I was starting a podcast, and he asked me if I would be talking about my past experiences on it. And I said, absolutely. That's what my entire brand is based on. And he had a huge problem with that. So he just said, you know what? I have a lot of anxiety. I'm gonna leave. Mind you, we were in the middle of lunch. We just got back to the house and he just left. Now this made me very upset. I cried. I sent him a message expressing my feelings. And he never responded.
Notice how it's all, I'm a victim, everything's so hard for me. This guy's feelings towards the situation are totally irrelevant, they're childish. And this is the problem that a lot of guys have, is like, even when women will sit here and argue that men should express their feelings and communicate, but this is what happens when men do that. This guy has, you know, expressed discomfort, anxiety about the whole thing, about her past, and what's her solution? I know, let's start a podcast where I talk about my past and all this kind of crap. Let's, you know, and then they wonder why men don't talk to them. Because you clearly don't even give a crap when the guy's talking to you. No matter what the men say, men are always in the wrong. Men are the ones who have to be, you know, browbeaten and just completely ignored. And this is why dudes don't open up to you or talk to you. If you want to go out there and you want to date a whole bunch of men, guess what? A lot of guys will throw their hands up and say, hey, you're empowered, you're a queen, you go do what you want to do. But guess what? When it comes time for the ring, when it comes time for men to stick around, they're not interested. You made your choices and now you have the consequences. It's totally fine. Guys, these girls who like go, oh, I want to be empowered, I want to do whatever it is that I want. These women will consider it oppressive if you as a guy come along and say, hey, maybe don't do that. Who are you as a man to tell them what to do? But at the same time, when they've been through all the bad boys, when they make all the terrible decisions, you're also a bad, immature child who can't control his emotions because you don't want to take her in. Craziness, man.
A few days goes by and he sends me a voice note. Not a phone call, a voice note. I want your opinion. I'm gonna play the voice note. It's, you know, he's not saying anything mean or bad, but he's talking about his weaknesses and why he can't do this anymore.
So you thought it was a good idea. This is why, guys, this is why you don't tell women this crap, okay? Because what they do is they play, if you open up, you know, you talk about your anxieties, your fears, whatever, this woman's straight up just pouring this out on TikTok, which, by the way, is only, this is the equivalent of a girl showing like one message out of a series of conversation. You see, so she's painted this whole picture of her being a victim. We don't know what she has said in the conversation at all. And what's the bet she just picks something from this guy where he gets emotional or a bit upset to make him look like he's a complete idiot in the situation. This is why guys don't open up to women a lot of the times. Because they get absolutely punished for doing so. Women will absolutely make fun of you. They'll post you on social media and do crap like this. And not every woman is going to do this, obviously, but some of them do. It's, you know what, I'm not even gonna, guys, I'm not even gonna play the voice note. I think it's that unfair on the dude. Get out of here. Let me just skip past this clownery. Disgusting.
Or immature people that for that week. I guess another two may talk to you.
Talk to this man.
I'm just skipping past it to Manosphere's commentary. I'm not going to allow her to like air this dude's business. It's disgusting.
You don't have anxiety. I wish I could talk to this man. Men don't want women that have a past of multiple men and trauma and baggage. Plus, she wrote a book. That guy doesn't want to read how many men smashed you, or even worse, other people knowing that. But women now say, if you care about my past, you are insecure. That's why he feels like he has anxiety. Because he's told he shouldn't care, but he does. And he doesn't want his relationship to be on TikTok. Even now, he sent her a private message, and she plays it on TikTok so everybody can hear. Most men don't want their relationships broadcasted on the internet. It's your fault, ma'am. It's not his. But he hasn't been red-pilled to understand why he feels like this. Men care about a woman's past, and women care about a man's future.
One more comment to make on this, guys, before we get into the next clip. This is actually one of the most frustrating things that I've seen. I cover a lot of these TikToks, and I'm usually disgusted by a lot of them, but this one especially. Okay, this is why dudes don't want to associate with a lot of modern women, because when they open up to them, they just get treated like absolute garbage. Dudes can literally work their entire lives providing for women, caring for them, and they just get their heart absolutely ripped out, their heart, you know, their house taken, kids taken, everything like this. Any sort of intimate moments that you guys have become public, and guess what? You are shamed, you are called all sorts of things, because you don't want your relationship to be in the public domain. It amazes me, guys, how like people will just put out things on the internet just with their face attached, right? Talking about absolutely anything, their personal problems, their relationships. There's no more element of sensibility and privacy about people's lives. I don't know how people get on TikTok and talk about personal things like these. It's really ridiculous, especially people who have families and stuff like that. Like, where's your sense of self-respect for the other people in your life? Like, yeah, okay, you're okay getting on camera crying, but what about this dude that you just decided to bring up? What about him? You know, what about your family members? No consideration for that at all.
Hi guys, just broke up with my boyfriend, so that's so funny. We actually broke up, like, earlier this week. I broke up with him, and then I thought he changed, so I got back together with him, but he just changed in a way that wasn't fit for me.
Yeah, guys, let's just use really vague language so we have no idea what the hell we're talking about and cry at the same time. So clearly you cannot deny the fact that she's a victim.
Obviously, I'm really sad, but it's more of a, like, know your worth type of situation. You know, I should be treated a little better.
If you want to be treated better, why don't you just choose a man in the first place that treats you better?
But I'm still really sad. In 2 days would have been our 1 year and 8 months, so we don't celebrate like that, but just, you know, I don't know. I just got that in my hair. Obviously, I really wanted it to work out and got back together with him because, you know, I don't know, I had faith, but some things don't change, so. I think in the end, I'll be proud of myself for sticking up for myself, even though I did end up getting back with him last time in 2 days. And it's been, what, like 3 days since that. But this time, it's just, like, really disappointing.
Yeah, guys, so she goes on like this for another minute, so I will spare you from watching. You all know it's the same story. I got with the bad boy, the Chad, and I thought I could change him. But he didn't change, and then I made a TikTok about it. This sums up most TikToks that women make today, and they complain that all men are trash.
I want you guys to notice, before we continue to the next clip, that whenever you see videos like these, you never actually get anything of substance, right? You never get the full clear picture of what the guy did or what she did, or even if you get some semblance of that, you never hear the guy's side, but it's all just how I feel, I'm a victim, I deserve to be treated better, blah, 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 but you never actually hear anything close to the man's side of the story. I know plenty of dudes who have been like divorced or gone through terrible situations, and I swear to you guys, you'll have their ex-girlfriends, their ex-wives, out here on social media talking so much trash about them that isn't even true, right? Or like they'll just paint themselves as somehow they're the victim and the dude did everything wrong. But if you actually speak to the man in the situation, oftentimes these women are out here cheating, they're treating the dude terribly, they got with his best friend, etc., etc. But you never hear the man's side of the story. And even when the women tell their side, none of it really makes sense. Like you don't get anything of substance in the conversation.
Get ready with me to go meet up with my ex-boyfriend. We
What an amazing start to a video. What amazing.
are meeting up in a different country, so I need to leave to the airport in half an hour. So we actually broke up 3 years ago and we had a clean breakup. We did not text each other, we did not call each other, like nothing. And since we lived in different countries, we only really bumped into each other once, so there was no contact. Until yesterday, when I received a text message saying, "Are you free tomorrow?" I replied to him that he probably sent this to the wrong number because, as I said, we didn't have any contact for years. And my ex-boyfriend replies, "I booked your ticket." So I was like, "What are you talking about? A ticket where?" He replies that it is a destination that I have always dreamt about going.
Yeah, so what do you do, guys? You know, straight away within a 24-hour notice, you jump on the plane and you go see your ex-boyfriend. Guys, this is why, like, you don't trust women who keep around or talk to their ex-boyfriends. Because a lot of them are still attracted to him. A lot of them would jump at the chance to get back with the guy or to continue seeing him. Okay, this woman literally, this woman probably has like a little army of simps in her DMs who would want to have a relationship with her, take her out for dinner, blah, blah, blah. But she's too busy, you know, she's got a lot going on with work or whatever other excuse she wants to provide. But when the guy, her ex-boyfriend, comes back into the picture, it's, "Oh yeah, I'll be on a plane within 24 hours. Yeah, sure."
And then proceeds to say that the flight will take 5 hours, but it will be worth it. He asks me if I have the same email address as before, and I'm like, "Yeah, my Gmail." And then he just says, "See you tomorrow." I do understand that this might sound like the beginning of a horror movie, and that I shouldn't go. And I honestly feel like that would have been my initial reaction as well, if it wasn't for the fact that I promised myself that I would spend 1 year not seeing a single guy after I broke up with my more recent ex-boyfriend. And I don't know if you believe in destiny, but the day that I received this text message from my ex-boyfriend was the day that I had been single for 1 year.
Yeah, guys, so, you know, it sounds like the beginning of a horror movie, but because of all this woo-woo jargon she tells herself, it's suddenly apparently a good idea. You know, let's just go right back to the ex-boyfriend on a 24-hour window notice. Why, guys? Because she believes in destiny. This is ridiculous, man. That's like me going, you know, "Guys, I've got a girlfriend, right? But, you know, I'm gonna go out here and make terrible decisions and cheat on her. Not because I'm a trash person or anything, but guys, do you believe in destiny?" like, imagine, guys, you make terrible decisions in your life, you treat other people like crap, you do things that are quite obviously dangerous to you that you don't know the outcomes of, and your excuse is like, "Well, do you believe in destiny?" Very interesting.
The exact date. Basically, I have been rejecting every single guy that have asked me out for the past 1 year because...
What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? I didn't even watch this video. Small army of simps who are in her DMs who would like to take her out, all of this kind of crap, but she ignores them all. What did I say earlier in this video? She rejects them all, she ignores them all, but her ex-boyfriend on a 24-hour notice, she'll go and see him. What a guess, guys. Amazing.
I wanted to take a year off and just focus on myself. And on the exact date that this 1 year mark has passed, I received this text. Also, he sent me the ticket on my email, and when I saw the location, I freaked out. I have never been in this country before. It has been my dream destination for as long as I can remember. And, you know, I deserve some excitement in my life.
Yeah, guys, it always comes back to I deserve, you know, it's my time in the sun. I've had it so difficult with dating, all these guys hitting on me, but, you know, none of them, she didn't say this, but really it just means none of them are up to my standard, and I'm not attracted to them. You know, but guys, she deserves some excitement in her life, apparently.
I don't know what his plan is. We had a really bad breakup, so we'll see how it goes.
he's probably just going to use you for fun and kick you to the curb.
I don't think I'm gonna do any mascara just because the flight is quite long. Like maybe I will fall asleep and I don't want the mascara to go all crazy like my hair. I didn't have time to dry my hair before going for a video because I'm running out of time.
And on not dating for a year. That's why he contacted her on the exact date. But of course, women believing in signs, she agreed. So basically, this guy just wanted to go on a vacation and smash.
Yeah, that was my diagnosis as well. He's not, like, you know, I wonder if we'll get a post video of this where this woman goes through this and then she's like, wow, I'm so shocked. I thought we had something, you know, and we'll get like a video of her crying in her car about how her ex-boyfriend treated her so terribly. You know, that's definitely on the cards. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments, guys. If you guys have any experiences that you would like to share, maybe you've gone through some similar experiences as to what we have discussed here today on the channel, feel free to drop a comment. That is what the comments box is for. And as always, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.